Hi friends, welcome back to another day of social studies. Our target has not changed. It is still I can identify landforms and their characteristics. Now yesterday we watched a brain pop to kind of introduce a whole bunch of landforms. And then we focused in on a mountain, hill, and plateau. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some pictures of real life examples of these landforms and the landforms that we're going to focus on today. Okay, so the first one that we focused on yesterday was a mountain. And we know that a mountain is the highest form of land. It's raised land. That means it's taller than the other land around it. And it comes to a peak. So I have some illustrations. Remember, that's an illustration that somebody drew of mountains. And they both have snow on the top. And that's because mountains are so tall, it's so cold at the top of them. So they normally will have snow on them. Here is a photograph someone took with a camera of some real life mountains. And I can see, yeah, they kind of come to a peak. It might not be exactly a triangle, but look, that's coming to a peak right here. And I can tell that is definitely raised land compared to this other land around it. The next one we learned is a hill. A hill is also raised land. It's taller than the land around us, but it's a little bit smaller than a mountain, and it's normally round on top. You can see here is a hill. It is definitely taller than the land it's around, but it comes to a curve. It's round on top. I have a few more examples. I can see some hills are taller than other hills, but they're really not that tall, and they definitely are not coming to a point. A plateau. Now, a plateau is also a raised area of land. That means it's taller than the other land around it, except this time it is completely flat on top, and we normally find it in a desert. So here are some examples of a plateau. I can see with this plateau right here, it is definitely taller than the land around it. It is raised, but oh my goodness, it is flat on top. Yeah, it might be a little bumpy, but for the most part, that's pretty flat. I can see, oh, here's a couple more plateaus. Here's a plateau. And I'm noticing they are all in a desert. Now, can they only be found in a desert? No, but you're going to mostly see and associate, that means think about a desert when you see a plateau. Well, let's look at some of the new landforms we're going to focus in on today. We have a plane. No, not like an airplane. In fact, it's spelled differently. When you see plane like this, you're going to think of these types of plains. A large, flat, grassy area, okay? It means, look, it's totally flat. There's really nothing there. Here's some flat here. There's one tree there, but for the most part, look, it's just large, flat, grassy area. This land is normally used for farming because it's flat and it's perfect for crops to grow or for animals to be. If you think about Texas, most of Texas have plains as our landforms. Not all of Texas, but a lot of Texas. So a plain is that large, flat, grassy area. We also have a valley. A valley is the low land in between mountains or hills. So I see here's a mountain, here's a mountain. This low part of the land right there, that's the valley. That's the low part in between two mountains or hills. I can see right here, there is a valley, and I also see a river or a stream. We're going to learn that most of the time a valley will have a river or a stream flowing through it. And here again is the low land between two hills or mountains. The last landform that we're going to focus on today is an island. Oh my goodness, who wishes they could go to an island right now? Yeah, it would be super cool. An island is an area of land that is completely surrounded by water. So I can see, look, right here, this island, it's not very big. It is completely surrounded by water. There's water on all of its sides. And I can see over here, yeah, there's definitely water on all of its sides. Okay, well, let's add those to our anchor chart. The first one we looked at today was a plane, and I remember that's not like an airplane. It's a plane, like a low, flat, grassy area. So I'm just going to draw some grass, just like this, because it's just a flat, grassy area. There's really nothing else there. So I can say that it's flat, low, and grassy. Sometimes Miss Lime starts writing a little too fast and I mess my letters up, but that's okay. I'm doing my best. So I have a plain, and that's just low, flat, and grassy. It's pretty simple. Then we looked at a valley. Ooh, a valley is super cool. A valley, do you remember? Yeah, it's that low land in between two mountains. And there's normally a stream or a river running through it. So here are my mountains, and then here is my valley. And I'm going to have to draw an arrow so I know. Right here is the valley. It's low. That means it's not as high. You know how mountains are raised land? Valley is low land. It's low land between mountains. And I'll go ahead and draw a stream in there just for fun. Normally we would see a stream in there. So there is my valley. It's the low land between two mountains or two hills. That's right. The last one we learned about today is an island. Now, you're probably saying, Miss Lime, that says island. I know, pretty wild, isn't it? It actually is the word island. That S is just being sneaky, and we can't hear it. And I know that an island is land that is completely surrounded by water. And a lot of times it's tropical. That means it's very, beachy. So I'm going to try to draw it like it's a beach. Maybe I'll draw a little palm tree on it. Here is my island. Here is my island. Oh, I do have to draw the water all the way around it. Otherwise, it's not really an island yet. Here is some water around my island, okay? So it is land with water on all sides. Just like that. So these are the 6 main landforms that we're going to be learning about. Are there more landforms than this? Oh yeah, but these are just the 6 that I want us to focus on. On Seesaw, your job is going to be the exact same as yesterday. You're going to have to draw an example of these 3 new landforms and record yourself or type or write telling a fact that you learned about these landforms. Make sure you click the green check mark when you're done. See you tomorrow.